Toastmaster Jeroen Brons, The Tail of the Eagle. The Tail of the Eagle, Toastmaster Jeroen Brons.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for the kind introduction. Had you been here a year ago, she would have introduced me with my actual different name. You see, Jeroen is a Dutch name, and as you can see, I'm from Indian origin. Because, as you see, my mother, she was the daughter of the last Maharaja of Punjab. And my father was a Cherokee chief from Chattanooga, who left Chattanooga on the choo-choo for a career change. My mother, she went to Ireland for a fishing trip. And my father took the choo-choo also to Ireland for a career change to become a yoga teacher. So as they met on the beach, ladies and gentlemen, they met on the beach. My father, he was a pillar. He stood there on the beach. And my mother just was amazed. Walked around him and they immediately fell in love. Now the thing is, when I was born, they were very happy. But after 25 children, they were they could not choose a name for me. My mother had run out of energy and my father of creativity. They tried everything. There were deafening silences. There were arguments, couples therapy. My father did a yoga pose. Everything. They could not agree on the name. And finally they decided we need help. So they flew in an intervention. And nobody less than the lead negotiator of the United Nations, who was in Geneva, negotiating or mediating between the two tribes of Uzbekistan. And it took him a year. He had to be flown away, and it took him a full year to mediate between my parents, and finally they decided on the name Ben. Later I thought Ben Stiller, Ben Kingsley, Ben Johnson, Ben Affleck. But no, Ben is an ancient Uzbeki name. And he gave me his hat. An ancient Uzbeki name. And in Uzbeki it means wise eagle flies from east to west and deposits its droppings in the desert. Wise eagle flies from east to west and deposits its droppings in the desert, which is why I later had to move to Dubai. And he gave me this hat. An ancient Uzbeki hat. And in the inside, you can't see it in the back, but in the front you can see that it has inscribed in ancient Uzbeki, follow the tail of the eagle. And I was 6 years old. I hadn't been addressed by a name for 6 years. My mother, all she did was she said, Kyogya. That means, for those who don't understand, what's up? For 6 years old. The negotiator from the United Nations said, follow the tail of the eagle. I wear the hat. And from that moment on, I always wear the hat. And whenever I needed wisdom, I would look up at the sky and look at the eagle. One occasion, my father, you see, I have to tell you, my father was a big man. He was a yoga teacher, but he was actually very big. He barely fit through the double doors. And I always wondered, how must that be? My mother was this petite woman from Punjab. My father was this big yoga teacher. How must that be? I have nothing against big people. He was not a big astronaut. He also didn't have a famous towel, no ear, USB sticks, famous products. He didn't have them all, so he stayed big his whole life. How must that be? I put on the hat, looked at the eagle, and the flash of insight came to me. It's brilliant. He gives her warmth in the winter and shade in the summer. On another occasion, my mother, she had a tractor, it wouldn't start. It wouldn't start. My father tried the yoga pose, didn't work. They sent me out to help. I put on the hat, looked at the track, followed the tail of the eagle, came to an old village in Ireland. There was this old man, this is old, 150 years old. He had a little wheelbarrow that carried his beard. His wrinkles dragged behind him over the floor. That's I put him in the wheelbarrow, took him to the tractor of my parents. He walked around, he said, starting. But the father got out of his clothes. The tractor still wouldn't start. The guy gets gets a hammer out, gives it a whack on the side, and the text starts. Amazing, thanks to the wisdom. So my father says, how much do I owe you? Well, that'll be 400 pounds. 400 pounds? For a smack? No, 5 for the smack and 395, because now after 95 years I know exactly where to hit with the hammer. My life is literally littered with stories like this, thanks to the wisdom